we teach them the three anchors. We teach them the three anchors to overcoming these feelings: shame, guilt, anger, regret, forgiveness, gratitude, love. I had to learn those. And now I have Saturday morning is my forgiveness, gratitude, and love morning. And I spend time with my mom. She's the first person every Saturday morning over my first cup of coffee. I think about her and I meditate on her and I send her love. And she used to play an album back when I was a baby in my crib. And I used to remember this record. And it would play over and over again. And you remember back in the old days when you play an album and then go back in the middle of the album, wouldn't start at the beginning, right? Go back in the middle. And it was a Johnny Mathis album. And whenever men would hurt my mom, she would always cry. And she would play that song. In the magic of moonlight, when I cry, hold me close, dear. Chances are you believe the stars that fill the sky are in my eye. Guess you feel you always be the only one for me. And if you think you could, well, chances are your chances are awfully good. And I listen to that over and over, and I say, thank you, Mom, for the gift you gave me. I'll be seeing you again real soon. And I meditate over my grandmother. Oh, thank you, Nani, so much for everything you did. You took a hold of me when even members of our own family said you were wasting your time with that boy. And my grandmother always called me her ninth child. And I never forget when I started succeeding and going and getting scholarships to different schools, she really let him have it. She asked, my boy, he did good, didn't he? Oh, I have moments. I have moments with my dad. And I have a 3 to 4 hour moment every Saturday morning. And it's a forgiveness, it's a gratitude, and it's a love moment. Be thankful for the fact that we're still here. And I don't let a day go by without telling my children how much I love them. Daddy loves you. I want you to know that because those are the things that I didn't get. Gratitude, love, and forgiveness. And when in therapy, when we're finally able to get people to forgive themselves, then we can start doing the work and recognize that, hey, and some people aren't ready. Some aren't ready. We get people that have been through therapy 6 and 7 times because they're not ready to address the shame, guilt, anger, and regret. And finally, they come to us and say, you know what? This thing has been kicking my butt for 20 years. I'm ready now. And we say, come on in. See, it used to be 50 years ago, if anybody relapsed, they were all done with you. But now we understand that relapse is part of recovery. But do we give up on a person because they failed? Do you give up on yourself because you failed in business, maybe failed in a marriage? No. As long as you have life in you, you still have opportunity. If you've got opportunity, then you still got a chance, right? Absolutely. And so now, I'm able to take my pain because my patients have helped me understand myself. They have become emotionally available to me because I'm emotionally available to them. And together, we share. Well, as much as you're doing here, right? It's the same kind of thing, isn't it? Well, if you notice, most of the people in Detroit are not here tonight. You can go ahead and laugh. That's a joke. It's cool. But you're here because you want to do something more than just what you can do. You can do what you will do, what you're able to do, right? Absolutely. Give yourselves a hand. Come on. Give Michael a hand. This is wonderful stuff here. It's funny because I'll never forget 60 Minutes came to the National Speakers Association years ago. Morley Safer came, and he just thought it was the weirdest thing. He said, you people get together and you cheer each other and you clap for each other. You know, this is kind of crazy. And so I wrote him a note. Sent him a book, and I wrote him a note. I said, you think we're crazy, but 70,000 people meet in a football stadium every Sunday all across the NFL, and they cheer and get drunk and go crazy, and you think that's normal. Right? Yeah, I thought I got a kick. I said, he thinks we're weird because we motivate and we uplift and we empower one another. Isn't that something? Incredible. So, I'm here tonight to say to you that I still got a lot of work to do on me. I'm working on me. Hopefully I said something tonight that'll help you work on you. We're all works in progress. The roadway to construction is always there, right? They say the roadway to success is always under construction. So be a roadway. Be a mechanism for other people. You know, everybody that comes into our group, my groups, they get a little black and white notebook. And the idea is that when they come, the notebook is empty. And when they leave, the notebook is full. Full of their own observations. Full of letters and assignments and things that they've done. To reach out and call your son that you haven't seen in 10 years and apologize. Anybody that you think you've had conflict with, apologize. Even if it wasn't your fault. It will blow their mind. But more importantly is what it'll do for you. It'll free you. Please forgive me. I was wrong. Because there's 3 boxes. Pow. The past, the present, and the future. How many of us live in the past box a lot? Raise your hand because we all do. Right? What do we normally get? What kind of emotions do we get by living in the past box? Let's talk about some of them. What do we get from past? Anger. What else? Regret. What else? Guilt. Fear. Resentful. Yeah. What do we get in the future box? Hope and anticipation. I want to know what's going on. Worry. Desire. Yeah, I want that. I'm not satisfied with what I have right now because I want that. What we get when we're in the present box? Clarity. Peace. If we're truly present here tonight, aren't we all doing fine? We're in a nice warm building. Everybody has a choice about what you'll eat tonight. You drove here, got here some kind of way. Everybody's dressed beautifully. I mean, really, it's all good in the present moment. And no one ever gets to the point where I'm always present. That's not possible. We're human. We go back and forth. But every time we catch ourselves in the future box, we come back to what box? The present box. In the past box, we come back to where? The present moment. Because the present moment is all we got. And it's so funny because I was talking to one of my groups a couple of weeks ago. And I said, how many people in the room would think that you have a long time to live if you had another 30 years? So if somebody told you had another 30 years, how many would think that hey, that's a decent amount of time? Okay, well, here it is. Here's what 30 years is. 30 springs, 30 summers, 30 falls, 30 winters. That's 30 years. That means that I got 29 more of those outside left. And when you think about it in that regard, then we realize it's not a lot of time, is it? And so whatever it is that we're going to do, we got to get on with it. And so I'll go around the groups. I'll say, how many of you have told yourself that if you could do your life over again, you would do it a lot differently? You'd make different decisions and do things differently. And so I'll say some of the group members are very young. Say, how are you, Mike? I'm 24. That means 48. You got a chance to get with your children, raise your children, and do it right. How are you? 25. Oh, you're going to be 50. You can do it. You can live your life over again. How about you? 35. You can be 70. Good chance. 40, 80. Now, when you get to be my age, you ain't going to live to be 120. So whatever it is we're going to do, we better get on with it, right? Yeah, like right now. And it was so funny because at 58, I went back to school. It was one of the most rewarding things I ever did. I would recommend it highly because I was able to take all the life experiences that I had and inject it into all the things I was learning. And that wasn't possible years ago because I didn't have the experience. And so I would say to you, whatever you do, don't ever lose that zest for living, that childlike curiosity from wanting to know. It's a wonderful, wonderful quality to have. So if you've been thinking about going back to school, do it. Do it. One class at a time. And see what happens. The papers and the whole experience, having to do one paper from this class and 3 chapters from there and a paper over here, it caused me to grow in ways I can't even describe to you. it made me a better person. And, of course, the industry now dealing with the wonderful patients that I have, and this is my life's work now. So when I'm not speaking, I'm at the University of Minnesota Hospital working as an addiction counselor and therapist. And it is the most rewarding work that I've ever done in my life. So as we sit this evening, I want you to think about something. Now, you know, it's funny because I worked with the Minnesota Vikings for many years, and I worked with the Chicago Bears. And the players always play cards on the plane. So I said, you guys play cards. You don't even know what the cards stand for. I said, what do you mean? So I pull out the cards. Now, let me ask you guys a question. What cards do you normally find at the top of each deck of cards? Not all decks, but most decks. It's the what? It's the aces or the joker, but aces, right? Okay. And so I went and I got all the aces, and I did my research. And I found out that the ace of spades is called the death card. But it doesn't mean the death of a person. It means the death of old ideas. It means a new beginning. As you sit here tonight, I want you to think about a new beginning for yourself, for your business, for your family. How can you do it better? How can you be a better friend, be a better mother, be a better wife, be a better husband? New beginnings. The ace of diamonds stands for unity, togetherness, right? How many of you have people work for you? You have employees? Raise your hand nice and high. Okay, I want you to catch them doing something right. I see you, Mike. I see you, Becky. I see you, Ann. I see you, Joe. Let them know that you're watching and you're trying to catch them doing something good. Instead of I got you. That's why when you get married, you get a diamond what? Ring to signify what? Unity. It makes perfect sense. The next card, the ace of clubs. It stands for growth and significance. Wow. Back to school. Woo! What a way to grow. Wow. This was my card. All through I was at school, I used to look at this one all the time. Growth and significance. The ace of hearts. Relationships. Love. Matters of the heart. Matters of the home. Wow. And I would say just by virtue of the fact that you either live or was born in this country, we all were born with a winning hand, were we not? Say absolutely. Absolutely. So I'll leave you with this. It goes in the form of a poem called Faith. It says, doubt sees the obstacles, but faith sees the way. Doubt sees the darkest night, but faith sees the day. Doubt dreads to take one step, but faith just soars on high. Doubt asks the question, who believes? Faith answers, I finally got those things. I got them. They don't have me anymore. Shame, guilt, anger, regret. I'm finally in the driver's seat for the first time in my life. I was on a plane, and I thought about the plane was delayed years ago, and I thought about something. It's called the little black box. You know the little black box? And every time there's a plane a disaster, they all look for what? The little black box. Why do they look for the little black box? Because it has the origin of the flight, it has the destination of the flight, and it has the flight's history, does it not? You know, each one of us was born with a little black box. It contains the whole spectrum of our lives. Birth, journey, termination. It's our ability to go inside of that box and deal with some of the things that sometimes only we know about. The pain. Look at it. Deal with it. The little black box can be a beautiful thing. Most people never open it up. It's actually orange. It's not even black. I don't know why they call it the black box, because it's orange. But anyway, that's beside the point. What's inside of your little black box? Apollinaire was a French poet. And when he spoke, the people would stand to their feet, and that's not what he was interested in. He wanted action. He would say, come to the edge. They say it's too far. He said, come to the edge. They say it's too high. He said, come to the edge. They say, we would come, but you don't get it. We're scared we might fall. He said, come to the edge. They came. He pushed them, and they flew. It's funny. I work in the NFL, and you see grown men cry, man. It's a beautiful thing. They've expended themselves. They've given everything that they had. And sometimes that's not good enough. But what they all do, right, is they strap it up and they get ready to play the next week. And that's what it's all about. Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure. You've got a winning spirit. I want you to unleash that spirit out there and let it explode. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Jesse.
Thank you, brother.
Absolutely fabulous,
Thank
man.
you.
Always awesome.
Thank you.